over 1,000 patrons every Saturday for reggae in Cape Flat. Since then, he has expanded genres to include Afro, jazz, pop, Afro-House, East African and locally produced hip-hop and reggae, as well as international music. Now joining us from our Cape Town studios is Rozzano and Katlego Shoro from the African Arts Institute. Hello, welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, how's it going?
Let's talk about this. I mean, Ras Danamite. Who is Ras? Let me direct that question to you, Rozzano.
Ras Danamite, well, he's not here in the studio. I'm DJ Real Rozzano, and I represent the Fonkong Bantu Sound System, which is a collective of DJs. And we specialize in lots of African music. You know, from all parts of Africa and obviously around the world, you know, yeah. That's what we're about.
Katlego, let's bring you into this conversation. I mean, what is the Institute's involvement in this?
Well, the African Arts Institute has a range of things, including all Africa dance parties. The idea behind them is to have people jamming to commercial, non-commercial, and all the kinds of African music that we don't really get involved with and consuming at parties wherever we go for most of the time. So it's just trying to get people in tune with those kinds of sounds.
Rozzano, talk to us a bit. I mean, were you influenced by old records and musicians to get into the industry? And where does this love for music come from?
I mean, the love for music's always been big in our family. So we've always had records. My parents had records. But considering I'm an 80s baby, you know, we embraced all the new technology that was coming out, you know, the computer music and, you know, like if on SABC, you know, I don't know if it was Zia Duma or I don't know what programs it was on TV, you know, it was always keyboard motivated tunes, you know, drum machines. So we got big into that, but then also run into record stores and going to find your own music, you know. And the radio back in the day wasn't giving any music that we wanted to hear. So you had to go and find your music, you had to import your music. You had friends in London or in the States that would send you records. You know, if you're lucky, you just get the cassette, but then you needed to wait for the record, you know, because nobody was playing cassettes in clubs, you know. And the main motivation back in the day was to play music that the radio wasn't playing and to play music that DJs weren't playing, you know. So that was my main motivation getting into the industry, to play tunes that people just don't play, you know.
Katlego, let's talk about how the people are responding to, you know, efforts to get this music that may not necessarily be on high rotation in our stations, get them to love this music and listen to this music. How's that doing?
It's steadily growing very strong. So we've had it in a couple of spaces, 2011, 2012. We had it at the Kimberley Hotel. We had a couple of pilot sessions. And then this year, because the African Arts Institute has been going full swing, we've also had it in a couple of places. And it's been phenomenal having Fela Kuti as one of the jams on the dance floor. It's just been absolutely amazing. And the kinds of conversations that happen outside and at the bar afterwards, there's a consciousness that comes in with it, which is fantastic. And you get to, I mean, from one instant you're hearing Fela Kuti, and then in the next instant you're hearing something infused with something that comes from Somalia or Ethiopia. It's beautiful. It just, yeah.
Okay, so describe a typical night for somebody who's like me, who's never experienced one of these. What happens there?
All right, tonight is not a typical night, so let me describe what tonight is all about. Tonight at the Granddaddy Hotel, this is on Long Street, the whole vibe is that because Open Book Fair is happening, we're going to have an intimate dinner, then straight after that, it's going to be a space where authors are coming into the space and jamming to all African jams as well. But basically, what it is, it's dancing, it's people getting their groove on. So it's a party, but it's just that the difference is the kinds of music that's played.
All right, Katlego Shoro, thank you so much for talking to us. She is at the African Arts Institute, and we also had a chat to Rozzano, who's, you know, credited with changing reggae music into, you know, proper standards.
No, I'm not going to leave it. Okay.